Hello Game Makers, this is GameMaker Rob. In this tutorial we will be covering effects on the player such as being asleep, being stunned, as well as displaying the magic points and more text messages. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just change how the stats are displayed. We're not even displaying magic at the moment. So let's do that first. We don't want to show the max hit points either, so just delete this bit. There we go. We're in the draw GUI event, by the way, and hopefully you've got a comment that says draw the player's HP. This is where we're editing the code. So next line we want to say draw text. And we'll see HPX plus ShakeX plus, and then we want string width, and then 999, and then HPY plus ShakeY, and then string player MP. Okay, so the reason I'm choosing string 999 is because I'm assuming you're going to limit the hit points and magic to 999, and we want to make sure that the hit points and magic points are at least separated by this amount, and it might actually be a good idea to make that an extra gap wide, just so there's more of a space. And then we want to draw the letters HP and MP above these. So now we want to say draw text HPX plus ShakeX HPY plus ShakeY, and then actually we want to modify the HPY, so minus font size +2, and then we want to say HP, and then next line we want draw text HPX plus ShakeX, and then we want to add this line of code, or sorry, this bit of code there. Sorry, not there, here. And Y coordinate will be the same as the HP. Just copy paste this and change HP to MP. So check this for a minute. Okay, let's run the game. Hopefully we're now drawing the HP and MP. Okay, cool. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is inside the step event of OBJ battle, we're going to add two new variables. We're going to say is asleep and stunned equals 0. So is asleep is going to just say whether the player is asleep or not. If he's asleep at the start of his turn, he'll have like a 50-50 chance of waking up, otherwise he doesn't get a turn. Stunned is how many turns he's stunned for, so it's just going to be a counter. So if the player gets stunned by an attack, then he won't be able to do anything for 2 to 3 turns, and then when it's run its course, he'll be able to do something again. So now if we go into the step event, we need to go straight down to the bottom near where the monster code is, right here. And after we reset these variables, we want to say monster option equals choose, and then we're going to say attack, sleep, and stun I'm going to say if monster option is equal to attack, then run the original code. And then we'll say if monster option is equal to sleep, then is asleep equals true. DS messages 0 equals monster name casts sleep, and DS messages equals player is asleep. And that's it. If it's sleep anyway. What's the error? Oh, brackets. The difference between this one and this one, apart from the damage, is we're doing a check to see whether the hit goes through or not. There's nothing stopping you adding some kind of check in this block of code, maybe like a 50-50 chance to resist sleep, or maybe the player has a statistic, or maybe they're immune depending on what character it is. As long as you do this check in here and then have an if or else statement, you can get different results. But for my example, I'm just going to have sleep is always an auto hit, and the player is going to have a chance to wake up on his own turn. So for stun, monster option is equal to stun, then stunned equals 3. DS messages 0 equals monster name plus casts stun. DS messages 1 equals player is stunned. Okie doke. So let's just run the game, make sure we don't have any errors at the moment. We're just going to defend for this bit. Cast sleep, players asleep. Player defends, player cast sleep. Okay, so the message is working fine, which means the logic is working as intended. So the next thing we want to do is we actually want to prevent the player having their turn if they're asleep or if they're stunned. So where the player turn starts, so if player turn and we're not showing battle text, we want to make a comment first just to remind ourselves what this does. So reset damage modifier to player. Underneath this bit, we want to say if not is asleep and stunned is less than or equal to 0. And let's just check where this bit ends. So we're checking where this if statement for not showing magic and not showing inventory ends. And we want to check where the else ends as well. So after showing magic and showing inventory, we want to put a close bracket here, and we want to copy all this, the else statement, all of this, and tab it, because it's going to be, we can only do these options if we're not asleep and we're not stunned. So now if you click next to a curly bracket, you can find where it closes, which is here. So if we are stunned or if we are asleep, if is asleep, then DS messages player is asleep. If stunned is greater than 0, DS messages 0 equals player is stunned. And we've got a few more things to add. We need to copy this code, continue the battle at the bottom, and we want to make sure that our DS list, DS messages exists as well. So I'm just going to copy and paste the code, which is, where is it? It's down here somewhere. Here. Okay, so at the top of the else statement, we're going to copy this to make sure we still have a DS list. So player is either asleep or stunned. So let's test this now. We should start getting messages to say the player is asleep or stunned, and then he'll miss his turn. So now we can't do anything because we're asleep. There we go. And we're finally dead. So a couple of things. I don't really want the screen to shake when he's casting sleep or stun. We need to reset a sleep and stun status for a new battle as well, because it's just going to carry over. And we need to allow the player to actually wake up and for the stun timer to run down. Okay, so the first thing to do to stop the screen shake is right at the bottom. We need to set the battle option. So attack is 0, sleep can be 1, and stun can be 2, and that will do for them. And to stop the player being stunned or asleep at the start of the next battle, we just need to say in the step event, if state equals init, initialization is asleep equals false, stunned equals 0. If you want these states to carry over from battle to battle, say you've got multiple party members and you want them to be asleep or stunned, just don't reset them, just let them carry on. So we also want the monster to only attack if the player is already asleep or stunned. There's no point the monster keep casting sleep and stun. It's going to make for a very boring fight. So what we want to do is, where we say monster option equals choose, you want to say if is asleep. So if you're not asleep and stunned is less than or equal to 0, then do this. So if he's not asleep and he's not stunned, then choose one of these. Otherwise, monster option equals attack. So let's just run the game, make sure this is working for everything now. So we should no longer have any screen shake when the monster casts sleep or stun. And once the player is stunned or sleeping, the monster should only attack. Cool. Let's just cheat and heal. Okay, cool. So after messing around with the messages, I think the best place to do the checks and show the message for players waking up and being unstunned would be in the enemy turn. So what we're going to do, we're going to say inside, if it's not the player's turn and we're not showing battle text, after all the actions are done, we're going to do the checks here. We're going to say if is asleep, and we're going to say is asleep equals choose true false, so 50-50 chance. If not asleep, so if it became false, then DS messages 2 equals player wakes up. So that's asleep. And then for stunned, we'll say if stunned is greater than 0, stunned minus minus, so decreases by 1. That's just the same as saying stunned equals stunned minus 1. It's just a faster way of typing it. And then we'll say if stunned is less than or equal to 0. It shouldn't ever be less than 0, but I like to check for it just in case. Then DS messages 2 equals player is no longer stunned. Just make sure there's no errors. One last thing I want to do before we test this is I want to give our player more hit points. So I can just give him 99. Just so he survives longer, because the demon kills him pretty fast, like 2 or 3 hits, he's dead. So let's attack. Just defend. So we're now stunned. Player is stunned. Demon attacks. Player still stunned. Demon attacks again. Misses. Player is no longer stunned. Okay, cool. So we're going to attack. Now we're asleep. Player still asleep. Player still asleep. Ouch. I woke up. Cool. Excellent. So this video was supposed to be for multiplayer, but I felt that there was a few things missing. So now we're at this stage. The next thing to do is to make this multiple heroes, not multiplayer, sorry, multiple heroes and multiple enemies. So I'll see you next time. Bye for now.